New as part of Second Sight Films 3-pack Ginger Snaps trilogy set is the first one in this set, 2000's Ginger Snaps, directed by John Fawcett, a movie that I loved when I saw it way back in the day. I've watched that a few times since then, and it's one that I really enjoy. I think you have Catherine Isabelle as Ginger, and you have Emily Perkins as Bridget, two sisters that just don't fit in with the world. You know, they're just a little bit outsiders. They have a fascination with death. They have a kind of suicidal pact. Their sisters are only a year apart. Bridget's a little bit smarter than the average person, has been boosted up a year and is in the same year as her sister, and together they just kind of are codependents, making their way through high school, hating everything and everyone, and the just standard typical nature of people of that age.
You don't think our deaths should be a little more than cheap entertainment?
You jazz me on this. Don't wuss out now.
Things take a turn when Ginger is attacked by a werewolf and slowly begins to morph through the rest of the film. This is quite clearly an allegory for sexual awakening, this one, and how the hormones affect these sisters, how this change in their body changes their whole nature, and that's what makes it more than just your average horror movie. The fact that it has actually something to say, a strong thematic that's quite apparent, and by the end of it kind of drives it home, I think.
Whoa.
Whoa? That's it? Whoa? I can't have a hairy chest to be. That's fucked.
You get the two wonderful sisters. I think Catherine Isabella and Emily Perkins are wonderful as Ginger and Bridget. They have that kind of unease about them, that teenage awkwardness all the way through the film as they just struggle to deal with standard conversations with people, that inability of knowing how to just stand. We see that awkward kind of nature eke into them, have those conversations, misconstrue things because you're overthinking. All those teenage angsty things come in through the film in wonderful scenarios. But at its heart, this is a horror movie about werewolves, and it delivers big time on the design of the werewolf. And I feel like very strongly that werewolf films live or die a lot on how the creature design is, and here I like the kind of lore and the design that they build up. It's out with the norm. Simple fact that anything can kill a werewolf, that once you change, you're kind of changed forever. That is something that just kind of ekes into this film, and I kind of like the morphing, changing Ginger as she slowly evolves, changes, and becomes more confident in her every ability, which is just a fascinating insight. Of course, there is blood, guts and gore by the bucketful, and it is terrific, gory, bloody, effective, and looks pretty terrific. Wonderful effects. But I find myself going back to this for the relationships between Ginger and Bridget, the relationships between Bridget and Sam, the relationship between the girls and their mother. All this thing is kind of layered up with these relationships that are all kind of frayed. You understand how these dynamics should work, and in the film they just don't quite, because of the growing changes within everyone of certain extents, and it's these kind of relationships that just kind of drive the film forward for me.
Congratulations, sweetie. You know you can ask me anything.
You're so dead. I didn't.
Our little girl's a young woman now.
Ginger Snaps is an absolute classic werewolf movie, one of the very best, and just as pure enjoyment. Let's dive into the disc and have a look at some of the extras now. Let's go to the extras. First up, we have a commentary with Mary Beth McAndrews and Terry Mesnard. We have a second commentary with the director John Fawcett, and a third commentary with writer Karen Walton. Into the extra features, we have Blood Red Moon interview with director John Fawcett. This is 26 minutes 44 seconds. He talks about wanting to create something that's kind of body horror. It would be easy to get financing, writing the project over a couple of years. Next up we have What Are You Wearing? An interview with the producer, Steve Hoban. This is 20 minutes 53 seconds. He talks about creating this film, looking at the sequels which he decided to get made back to back, how they had no script or cast or director and just jumped into getting the financing first, which was a rare some exception within his career. They made The Art of Horror, interview with the storyboard artist and director Vincenzo Natalia, who did Cube, which is utterly fantastic. It is 20 minutes 53 seconds. He talks about how he was trying to get Splice into production. It fell through. He ended up becoming the storyboard artist on this. His designs for the werewolf that ultimately weren't used. We have Canadian Uncanny, Stacey Abbott on Ginger Snaps, where she looks at the thematic of the film and highlights key sequences that really emphasise her point. Then we have Ginger Snaps, Blood, Teeth and Fur, which is an archival piece that runs at 1 minute 6 seconds. They kind of talk about all aspects of production and the legacy of Ginger Snaps. We have Growing Pains, Puberty in Horror Films, which is 27 minutes 9 seconds, and there's a panel discussion on the subject. Then we have The Making of Ginger Snaps, which is 4 minutes 50 seconds. It's an archival, just kind of quick piece to get interest in the film. Then we have Cast Auditions and Rehearsals, which runs at 17 minutes 45 seconds. Deleted Scenes, which run at 25 minutes 2 seconds, and commentary for those scenes, and writer's commentary for those scenes. We have Production Design Work, which is a gallery. Then we have Creation of the Beast, which is 4 minutes 58 seconds. An archival feature showing the creating the werewolf of the film. We have trailers and TV spots, and that's the extras for Ginger Snaps. There we have it. The first film in this trilogy is Ginger Snaps, and it is an absolute classic. I'm looking forward to discussing the other two films in this one, and the reviews for those will be coming very soon. But just now, I would love to know your thoughts on Ginger Snaps. So let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, fell somewhere in the middle. Can't wait to hear your comments on this one. And is this up there within the top 5 werewolf movies for you? Just curious. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.